Dinner in a Boat live Friday night at 10, where we make dinner and talk about projects.
And we hope that you're live.
Boats.
We're live.
I don't know, mine's not working yet.
It'll work.
There's a lag time there.
You always gotta give it a couple.
So we're not going super extravagant today. I got some potatoes in the oven, baked potatoes. And I had this really amazing marinade I wanted to try called Pirate's Gold marinade.
Ooh.
It's made down in Florida. I forget the town or / city it's made in, but it's made down in Florida, and it's got pretty much all like no artificial ingredients in it. So it's like, and it smells amazing. It's got some soy sauce and some pineapple. It's kind of like a Caribbean, Florida Keys flavors. So we're gonna I got that marinating. We're just gonna throw it in the pan and fry it up, give it a little bit crisp, and eat some baked potatoes and some broccoli. That's where we're at.
It's working. And I don't know. Good evening,
morning.
Kathy.
Good morning.
I don't know why. I know the live, well, every time it comes here, it like takes a minute. So
Right. Well,
hopefully, anyways.
I know when you watch everybody else, they're just like, we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna let everybody show up, and like they don't ever start till like 5 or 7 minutes in or something.
I
Well,
know.
you usually don't reach them till 5.
Honey,
Right.
that's got enough oil. She was worried about the amount of oil in that.
No, I added a little bit more to it. That was not all that was in there. So, I guess I'll
what's for dinner?
start frying the chicken, I guess. So, found this marinade called Pirate's Gold. I'm sorry, not
Fool's Gold
Fool's
is
Gold. It is
amazing.
not named after the movie. It's called Pirate's Gold marinade, and it's got like soy sauce and pineapple, and I don't know what I did with the can, but it's got all like real ingredients in it. Nothing like artificial or chemical or whatever. It's all simple, like 8 ingredients or something in the marinade. And it's got like a Caribbean feel to it. So I just marinated the chicken in that, it's sitting in the bag there. We're going to throw it in this pan and fry it up and crisp it a little bit. I got some baked potatoes going in the oven, which at 10:20 will be an hour. So hopefully they'll be
You guys
done
look
by
funny.
then. And I got some broccoli. I'm going to throw some broccoli on for a veggie. We're going to have 2 vegetables tonight.
Hmm?
You want to eat healthy? So
No
that's
bacon grease?
no bacon grease. You guys
That's a win.
give me a hard time, so we're just using our good old fashioned engine oil tonight.
We drained some tranny food that you probably cook with. It's
Right.
not burnt.
Oh,
It's still bad.
okay. So
I don't know why that transmission wouldn't shift or go or whatever. But I know one thing, that fluid that we just pulled, drained out of there was pink.
Yeah, it's still pink red.
Wasn't burned out.
had I been thinking, if I fry this up, I might as well throw like an onion and a little bit of pepper in there to cook while I'm
Oh, yeah.
cooking. Let's do that. Because that just sounds like it'd be so much better.
That sounds really good. So me and Owen have been, it's been a week. He's hiding over there.
I like it.
Whatever.
My pan's going to be too hot. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit while I'm cutting these up. Yeah, it's hot still. Too hot, I mean now.
So we've been working on a few different things this week.
Today, I put the read drive back together.
Today put his V drive back together and it's in the boat. So that's a plus. We were just outside until 10 minutes ago, literally working on ripping the engine out of the pickup truck for the V drive. That will be out by tomorrow morning.
Yes.
It has been a long week in boats, kind of. We didn't get as much done as we should have. We got the shop cleaned. That was a big thing. sure
That
Kevin can relate to that.
We're
I
nothing.
gotta turn this up, so just in case anybody else comments. Here, hand me a skewer stick. That skewer stick. I'm improvising. There we go. I got it up. So the shop got cleaned up. Dylan, where are you? The snowmobile's sitting on the trailer waiting for you to pick it up. Come and get it. It is Friday. Come get your snowmobile.
Friday
So-
free.
Yeah.
Free Friday.
Friday free. Or free Friday. At any rate,
Oops.
the shop's cleaned out enough now where we can do some stuff. I started tinkering a little bit. You see my hands purple, kind of. That's from spraying purple paint the other night on C heads for a 455. So messing around with that. We got some footage of firing back up the Cobra Jet this week, the $100 Cobra Jet. We're gonna pond test it again. I think we have a problem with not having Oldsmobile dipsticks laying around.
That is
So
just a small problem.
we have two Oldsmobile motors, three Oldsmobile motors, and one Oldsmobile dipstick in one. It's kind of a problem. We'll make do for testing purposes though. So the 403 was running. We ran it. We had water hooked up to it. Owen actually fixed some of the leaks.
Hey, I didn't see more rain. I believe the reason the water was draining from that head plug with the
The
small.
freeze plug in the back of the head is what he thinks the water was spraying from. I think you might be right because there was a hole. How many freeze plugs did you remove all three that weren't blowed out of the head? Because in the cylinder heads, there's freeze plug in the back and the front, and
Two in the back, two in the front. I removed two
Well,
in
right.
the back and the one hole that was in the front I just filled. So the one good freeze plug still.
right. But originally three were rust. One was good, right?
One's good.
One was
still in
good.
there.
One was good, still in there. Two had rust holes in them, and one of them was pushed completely out of the cylinder head.
Yes. Well, the
So
one.
he made three wooden plugs and plugged the three holes, and we ran it the other night for, I don't
15.
know, 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I think we're going to throw it in the water again and try it. And we're trying to figure out right now if it's making water in the oil. It doesn't seem to be, but the best way to check that is
Run it.
we'll run it for 20, 30 minutes and see if the oil level comes up. If it doesn't make a bunch of water in the oil, or we don't think it's making water in the oil, the next step is to
Swap the what?
or pull it and put it in a good boat.
That's it.
Yeah, change the oil, get a good dipstick in it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's where we're at with that little project. Oh boy, I'm trying to remember them all. 'Cause it was,
I crawled up in my boat today and managed to free up another big section of wood away from all the. I got the dinette seat. What I don't know what you call it. Whatever you call it. Okay.
so
What else did we work on?
I need that other hand towel for this side. Back over there. Well, I guess I'll just throw it in there.
So what else did we do? Covered your V drive. Oh, got a couple videos out this week.
Lone Star runs out.
The Lone Star runs good.
I was able to sound ski on a big easy ski. Is that what that's called? Sound ski? Yeah, behind it.
It was a Conley Big Easy.
Give me a partial lid for that. What?
That kind of hurt.
Yeah, I know. Back up a little.
Okay, I'm gonna keep talking. So, the Lone Star did great. It's not loading up at idle. It runs out. It basically lives at wide open. It's idle or wide open, but it just makes you feel good about the Lucas you put in the lower end of it. So there's that. What else did we do? I don't know.
What else did we do?
We cleaned the shop. That took like 2 days. I know today that would be the third day we spent messing around with the V drive. I did. And something else. Oh, I don't know. The man who knows what year the old sled is just
Hi, Rook.
left.
Nice to see you on the
Yeah.
live again.
Hi, Rook. Rook 1. Every time I see that, it reminds me of the Rook and chess.
Yeah.
Every time. The Rook 1.
Okay.
I think he's going down to get the big and easy. Okay, I already
I'm not
got the
sure.
name of it. Slomsky.
Emma, can you
So-
hand me that small hanging strainer? Because I know there's a couple of little bits of meat down in the bottom of my marinade. I'd like to get that out.
Yeah. Went to the island. That was fun. There's a little island, Snake Island out there we go to. We did that. I don't know, we didn't do that much this weekend. We did do quite a bit. I'm trying to think. Yeah. I don't know. What did you all do this weekend? Or this week?
We got a lot done this weekend. The
Well, we cleaned the
garage.
shop.
The garage was the main.
Yeah.
Clean that out, so then they
Yeah.
was able to spray on those headers.
Yeah, the headers for the
For-
big block. The 454?
454. That's
Yeah.
for my Baja jet boat.
So it's 50-50. If the motor out there works in the $100 jet boat,
Right.
then that just waits, I guess.
Okay. So I'm gonna wait till we flip these over
That smells good.
till I add in my vegetables. And then we'll add in a little bit of the flavor of the marinade at the end here.
Where is the marinade?
It's right here.
Oh,
I don't have the bottle out anymore. I tossed it.
you tossed the bottle?
Totally tossed the bottle.
Oh, couldn't find it.
This is Bubba Cup.
Oh,
It's like I'm thirsty.
Tipped on its side.
all lonely out there, I bet.
Yeah.
No pop.
No problem.
Aw.
You want
say
some more
hello.
here?
Say hello to Rook 1.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Hi, Rook.
Rook 1's back.
Okay, I'll talk. Hi, Rook. That was off camera. That was good. Oh, that smells like teriyaki chicken.
It does smell good. Yeah. He says hi.
I'll be on camera in a minute.
Yeah, he'll be over here in a moment.
It is not teriyaki chicken. It is Pirate's Gold
chicken.
chicken.
Oh,
That's because of the soy sauce. He's smelling the soy sauce. Look at these beautiful little tidbits that are almost ready. That while we're waiting for the rest of the chicken to cook, Owen's going to be over here biting it out of
Snacking on
the
it?
right.
Probably.
Yeah. We're going to turn this all the way back up because we're going to add in
You're back.
hi, Rook.
our veggies here in just a
Welcome
minute.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what
Hey,
we
I've
did
been
this
gone
weekend.
long enough. I've been gone long enough that the stuff ain't burning me. Oh,
It looked good.
well, between his boat, his V drive, and that jet boat out back, and then playing with that 455, which I'm not sure. I think I got, not that there's really a difference, but I have waterlogged manifolds for the jet boat. I have 6 of them, I think. But I got a set of, what are those what are the ones out back? Not Herman, Hedman? Not Hedman.
Harmon.
Harden.
Harden.
I got a set of hardened ones, and I also have the Inmar.
Inmar came with
The
the
Inmar ones on that free. So on the Cobra jets, the water logs come back over the riser, but then they side exit. And then they got like a rubber connector to go to the through hull that makes the 90. So I'm not a huge fan, because I would think logic would say the more bends you put, the more resistance you get in your exhaust gases going out.
and less
And
flow.
you're putting right. You think you're restricting the flow somewhat, and you're making an extra turn in the Cobra jet that you don't have to. And the Baja jet that we're doing, Katie's jet boat,
Comes
we
straight.
didn't know. Well, it's one of those. We're looking to one day, and we're looking at the one boat with the one exhaust, and we're looking at her boat, and like, hey,
That don't line up.
hers looks like it's not as wide back there on the through hulls. So we went up and measured them, and
It's
her
like-
through hulls are like 8-9 inches closer together.
Yeah.
And so we got looking, and I didn't even figure this out till like 2 days ago. Like we discovered this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And when we're messing with that, we just kind of looked and we're like, well, that's kind of awkward. We're going to have to try and,
Bend
bend them or whatever and
Yeah.
make it do something they don't want to do. So then when I got the shop cleaned out the other day, I was like, maybe I'll get that 455 together. A buddy of mine's been in my ear. He thinks it'll go together, even as much as the heads are shaved.
Shaved
He
and-
thinks I can get it together. Because they shaved the heads down. That brings the heads closer to the block. That changes where the intake's got to sit unless you clearance the intake in. And I think it's going to be really tight. Maybe. Might be able to make it work. I don't know until we get it. Basically, we're at the point now where we mocked it up and it didn't look good, but we can actually put it together and see
If it'll work.
if it will work. Which
Yeah.
I've been kind of hesitant because I really didn't want to crank everything down, the heads on it and everything, without being ready to run it. Because I don't want to get that all cranked down, not be able to get the intake on, not make the engine run. So, are we cooking?
At this point,
Well, I mean, you can't see it, but we have been abandoned.
Yeah.
We are the only 2 people here all of a sudden.
well, I mean,
well-
she told me I could snack on the tiny bit of these
Well, yeah,
tiny
but
little.
I think we gotta.
like flip them.
I feel like.
We got these.
Oh yeah, let's do those. I feel like we need to do something with this. It kind of seems like it's burning.
Maybe.
Do
Yeah.
we need to be turning this for you? Just abandon it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Back to finding out that the
we're at the point where it's like, well, I guess we're gonna bite the bullet, try and put it together. The worst case scenario is we waste a couple head gaskets.
well, back to
If
the
you're doing
exhaust
the meat
was
on the
closer.
edge, then what you want to do is just go to one burner on high and then move the pan. There you go. Now you can turn off the back burner. So yeah, we're at a point where I think I'm just gonna try and put it together and make it run, because as good, and this is painful, as good as the 403 runs, and it's running really good right now.
I was surprised the V drive didn't have reverse. I thought it was just a different style drive system, which it is, that competed with others outboard IO.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it has go and slow down slowly.
go in neutral.
Yeah.
Go in neutral. Which I grew up around a couple three V drives to be specific, and not all at one time. And yeah, every one of them had neutral, or it's either in gear or neutral, and the neutral was just to warm it up, just to get the engine up to temperature, get it so it would run. Especially back then, before fuel injection, you really needed the,
without having to move,
get the big block warmed up a little bit,
right,
just so it would idle, just so you could idle away from the launching ramp or the dock. And that's what it's for, the neutral and the V drive.
Which with the LS, we aren't really.
Which is really funny because being on boats, working on ships, like no reverse is just weird. And I mean, talk about like you're going back to the Stone Ages of boats, because if you do go back, I mean, well, my one outboard, my Evernoot Zephyr, in the basement, it's just direct drive. When you started, it's going. I mean, and you go back 100 years ago. I mean, that's pretty much all of them were just fired up and it went.
Right.
But it is kind of a throwback. The V drive.
Well, because all that is there's just a little fork that goes around the two pins, and it's engaged or disengaged.
Right. So what it's going to teach this young man,
Be careful.
is the thing, because
Be careful. Thing.
that's just it. You kind of.
You're kind of screwed when you're headed at the dock at 5 mile an hour, 6 mile an hour. And,
you go slow.
yeah.
You bump it. You learn to gauge how far it will kind of coast.
Or you just grab your little paddle and sit up on the bow and.
Right, and you carry a paddle. You faithfully carry a paddle.
Faithfully.
Yeah,
That's what I've seen on a lot of them.
Oh yeah, that's
paddle.
Oh yeah, well yeah, because you don't want to. Where you need to paddle is when the wind's not blowing you at a dock. Because it's one thing you position yourself and let the wind carry the boat to where you want to go,
and then you catch it.
But if it just that's not you're gonna have those days.
Yeah.
Where you're
up there just paddling
because
you don't want to damage it.
And well, I had to laugh because some of the old outboards I had that were direct drive. I had a Sears. I had a 3.5 horse Sears that was direct drive too.
Wow.
No neutral.
It's like lawnmower.
And oh yeah, dude, it really was like a lawnmower engine or a weed whip small rotor tiller engine, but it was air cooled.
Oh.
No water. Yeah, air cooled little.
Still like legit lawnmower.
But you could turn it around in a full circle, and that was your reverse. You just turned the outboard backwards, and then you were going backwards.
That's
and
not
you
bad.
came around the rest of the way, and you're going forward.
It's not horrible.
No, you learn
How to
maneuver really good.
Yeah.
So anyway, enough down the V drive rabbit hole, and yes, they're. I'll leave it at this. They are what they are. They're their own creature.
Classification.
Started right. Get it for him. He's gonna enjoy a really good life with a computer controlled engine that he bumps the thing and it starts and it idles, and we're gonna set it up. We're gonna set it up with a couple different idle speeds so he can idle it all the way down.
So like, what did 400?
I think we can get it down to 400 RPM, even on a cold run. We'll be able to set it pretty low, and
Dylan wants to know what year is the old sled. You guys answer that already?
82. 82 John Deere Sprint Fire 340 liquid. Yes. So
Sorry.
he's going to be lucky because with the computer controlled engine, I'm pretty sure the way when we're talking to Dan about this and everything, we should be able to set it up. So when you bump that and it's just going to fire and come right down to idle. Even when it's not warm, because we're going to set it up that way.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll come right down to idle right now.
Yeah.
So you should be able to really control that. Versus like if it was old school with a carburetor and you're
Ooh.
pumping it and you're trying to keep it running when it's cold or whatever,
Yeah.
or get it, and
Then you really need.
you're
that
going to be
neutral.
pampered. You're going to be pampered a little bit
Oh, who's that?
for a hot minute until he cams it, and then it won't idle well.
Right.
And when you then
That when it's 100 mile an hour speed drive.
I always said there's a reason that V drives end up with dock rash on them and chips out of the paint and stuff.
Which that
on the
one
rubber
has quite a.
rail. Because you can't control them. You kind of just point it
You can control
and
them.
pray, and that's whether you're
Oh,
going
yeah.
2 mile an hour or 100 mile an hour. You kind of point it.
In the 40, 50 mile an hour zone.
Hallelujah. Hopefully it makes it to the dock.
Right. Yeah.
But it'll be good. It'll be good. We'll have lots of videos of just bumping it and water skiing behind it maybe.
I can't wait. Yeah.
I don't know why.
I still have to find out how to mount.
Well, here's the beautiful thing is when you say take up slack, that's when you
Just
start the
clutch it,
engine.
yeah,
You
yeah.
only clutch it, you just
Start,
start.
kill. Start, kill.
Yeah. I mean, it ought to be nice though with that engine, with that 5.3, that ought to be, I mean, it's not a big deal.
No.
Just boom, 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 boom.
Mhm.
Enough with that. So
Dylan, is
It
it possible to get reverse?
in some actual V drive boxes.
I mean, no, for sure. I mean, you could, for sure, reverse is a thing because not all V drives are drag boats. So, I mean, you there's certain ski boats that are V drives. That big Trojan, that big 28-foot Trojan
has
two V drives in it. And the
does.
reason it has the V drives is they wanted the motors out towards the back instead of up in the middle of the boat. And so they put in the V drives so the transmissions point forward into the V drive, and then the V drive comes underneath the engine. And it allows you to put the engine back. And same thing, the reason that the drag boat has a V drive in it, you want all the weight in the very back of the boat.
You do.
For when you're going fast, because you don't want the hull dragging, you want it just riding on the back, bouncing on the back down the lake.
Yep.
And so that's hence the V drive, motor right in the back of the boat, up into the V drive, and then propeller underneath the motor. And
That's how that is.
but yeah, there's lots of V drives, not necessarily in the drag boat world, but there's lots of V drive boats out there that have reverse, and there's no reason you couldn't install a velvet drive in that. There's room. There's actually room. Yeah, and even the gear case wouldn't care.
No.
Because that gear case, I don't think there's nothing in there that cares which direction it runs.
Yes, there's nothing.
Nothing, right? Because the dogs would run either way on the engagement. So you could, if you put an actual transmission between the engine and the gear case, yeah, you could have neutral and reverse and everything.
Like I said, my project built a V drive, but with belts, and it had reverse.
Right, and it has exactly, yeah, right. Rook's project boat is a V drive. It has belts and it has reverse. And man, I want to see your boat.
Yeah.
Want to go for a ride on one? I want to see that.
Right.
Well, I'm pretty sure the chicken's done. I cook it too much longer, it's gonna end up being dry. So maybe I'll just set it out and let it rest.
Right. I'm hesitant to say though. I don't. Well, Stevens had to build some of their V drive boats. Had to have reverse. I'm thinking
Probably.
because they built like a family ski
They
boat.
did. They built ski boats. They built drag boats. Don't know what else they built, but I know they definitely built family boats.
Right, because back in '63 there was like 4 different models.
Yes.
And they weren't all
No.
the drag boat. There was an actual like family ski
Mhm.
boat and
Yeah.
right. So I would imagine that probably had maybe a velvet drive. I'm thinking of Borg Warner velvet drive. Because I'm trying to think, because even my 58 had velvet drives in it. They were pretty. I don't know when that velvet drive came out. I know her boat is a 54, and that's got Paragon transmissions on it.
Oh.
Man, are those things big too
Mm-hmm.
and heavy.
Aren't they
Velvet.
cast?
Oh yeah, they're cast iron.
Yeah.
Like I bet her.
This is the whole. That's the heavy rig.
One of her Paragon transmissions probably weigh what that 5.3 LS weighs out there.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. I feel like this should be going over rice.
I wasn't.
Man, that does look like
It didn't start out as this kind of a dish, but you don't want to put that over rice anyways because it's got oil in it.
Is there more chicken to throw in it? What's this stuff in the bowl?
That's the bones. I deboned the breast, the 2 breasts,
Should we
and the 2
fry up the
thighs.
bones in there?
I was gonna do it in a crock pot thing with
Oh,
some
it's a
flavor
crock pot
and
thing.
stuff.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you
crock
can
pot.
put the bones in here, but they're just bones because I deboned everything. My project was V-Drive.
Yeah, I read that one.
Yeah.
Oh. Your phone went into hibernation. That's why I was looking
Oh no,
up
it's
there.
still going up there.
Yeah, I know. But it's
Because
black
it's gonna
screen.
die.
No, it's
Yes.
just.
The
No.
whole battery went off already.
Oh, I know it went off, but it's in hibernation.
My phone don't even do that.
I'd be back. You talk to him. Keep 'em entertained.
Well, the potatoes in the oven ought to be just about done. 'Cause they've
Oh,
been
yeah?
in there an hour and 10 minutes now. The potatoes.
You smell
You smell
potatoes.
dinner.
Abby, would you
Ready?
please hand me that cord?
No, I
Let's see.
smell potatoes.
Yeah, this would be really good over rice. I just didn't
It-
think
it
that
looks
far
like it'd
ahead
be
'cause I
good.
wasn't gonna mix all the veggies and everything with the chicken. I was just gonna originally I was gonna coat them in some breadcrumbs and then I couldn't find any breadcrumbs in the pantry, so I was like, well, I guess I'll just fry it up now.
You know, you could have like.
Yeah, I've always.
Yeah, I know. That would have took too long for what I was doing.
But they're crumbs.
Yeah. So, and then I was staring at the chicken in the pan, going, "Man, it looks awfully lonely." Well, in the bag before I put it in the pan, I'm like, "Man, that's gonna be awfully lonely in there." And why don't we cut up some veggies and turn it into this?
It's going to be an interesting week for us. I don't know how it shakes out. The clock is running for Ottawa, Illinois, and we are so far away from a running V drive.
Oh, you put the engine in it. You're gonna take the engine out tonight, so
Right?
engine goes in it, then it runs, but it's not completely finished.
We are going to do a crank driven
Water pump.
water pump.
We found gas tanks.
Oh, he found gas tanks.
He
We
found,
didn't
he
make-
found gas
I
tanks.
found gas tanks.
His buddy had gas tanks.
Thank you, Marv.
Yes.
Marv hooked us up with some really nice, yay big.
Here, I
yay
just grabbed
big
one.
by-
I just
well,
grabbed
here
one.
we.
Grab one.
He could do that, or I could just grab the phone, the tripod. I got the tripod. Here.
Aw.
Yeah, I got the tripod.
Well, then look at the one in the boat.
Okay, I'll look at the one in the book. So he's got the V drive in. So you see the wood sitting up there for the seat to get made out of.
Yep.
But here we go.
Look at that gas tank.
Sorry,
Oh.
guys. It's coming. It's
Come
coming.
on, a shot.
Ooh.
Oh, look at the stars.
Well, no, it's not that. Somebody's got the tripod all jacked down tight. All right. There is Owen's fuel tank.
Look at that bad boy.
Show them where the filler goes up. Yeah. look at this
So-
point.
This filler comes right up. You guys can't. Well, anyways, you know how the deck comes back into this tiny little corner?
I can show them right here.
Yeah, show them right there. Comes back into that tiny little corner right next to the
See,
wood.
yeah, he's talking about this lip here.
Yep.
Well, right here, and you can kind of see across. There's the fuel tank.
Come
So
right
the
up
filler is going to come right up in here.
and put the filler right there.
So some poor little bass boat somewhere had to die to give
Yes.
us a set of fuel tanks.
Yes, it died, and from the sounds of it, kind of brutally, but it died. So
And I promise you that fuel tank did not look
The
that
way it did.
beautiful
no,
when we got it.
little bit of acid, a little bit of love, and now it shines a little
And
bit
a
more.
lot of pressure washer.
A lot of pressure washer, yeah.
Yes.
But so we got two of them. This one, I'm thinking about just putting this one in just the opposite weight, the driver, because the driver's on that side, the port
I
side.
love how he says it like that might have been his idea.
Yeah, totally. Well, because the more I started watching the other one and looking at like the small lag bolts shoved into the stuff, yeah, the other tank's not looking quite as good as that.
Yeah, that he's got the
Yeah.
better of the two tanks is definitely
there.
that one. And so, but it's nice. It's perfect. I mean, it's just what you need.
10, 12 gallons. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's about a 12-gallon tank. We're gonna have to measure it, but it'll be enough. But as you see, right there is the fuel pickup. So it's at the right end, and then there's the vent coming up.
fuel
Yeah,
pickup,
Fuel pickup.
vent right there.
Vent goes up right there, and then the filler's up towards the front.
Yeah,
So it's like exactly like,
how it's
If-
supposed to be.
yeah, if you were building that fuel tank,
That's what you'd want it to do.
that's how you'd spec it.
Because the fill filler is probably going to come right wherever it is. It's probably going to come up right behind the fill. Or the vent. It's going to go up right behind the fill, probably,
And I don't know, we'll pressure test the other tank and see.
if it has any leaks.
Then on this end of the game, maybe you guys already seen the video, but if you did, you did. But the V drive is back in the boat.
And I don't see no oil running anywhere yet, so that's pretty
Did
cool.
you put oil in it?
Yeah, I've put oil in it.
Oh, well, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you probably would have forgot. So, yeah. so-
Yeah, I took it all apart and cleaned it, put new sealer or gasket sealer on the little cover over there where the shifter is for drive and neutral, and on the front plate,
Right.
and then tightened everything back up.
And then we even found out what the hole in the front is supposed to be for.
Tack.
Tack drive,
Tack
cable
drive.
drive tack.
Yep.
Which would make sense back in the 60s,
60s.
because electric tacks didn't really become a thing until the
70s.
70s.
Yep.
So that means we just got one more hole to plug off.
Yeah.
So
And for our water deal on the top, this is the water feed, and these two are the exit. So we're the exit.
we're the exit.
We're the exit. We're changing that, but the water to go in here and exit out here and exit out there. We're gonna cap this and put water to that side or this side, and it's gonna come out the other side. So that's just gonna be
right.
one way in, one way out,
And
instead of
the
one way,
reason
two way out.
that we figured, I'm messing up because they can't see me when I'm talking. I'm jealous getting all the camera time.
well, it's like when I talk, they usually don't see me.
anyways, there, I'll bring you guys over here. Let's see.
There.
Can we see me? Let's see here. There. Now you'll see me. So come over here, Fran.
Cool. Oh, come
So-
on, bruh.
They had the water coming in the center and then exiting both sides of the V
Yeah.
drive. And I believe that the reason they did that was from the V drive. I think they were bringing the water off the water pump up here first,
And
to
then
the
off
V-drive.
both sides to the engine block.
Right,
on
and
each side.
feeding bank A and bank each side of the engine block with one hose separately. So that's why we think they had it split on the V drive.
Well, it's split for sure. Not
Yeah, oh, it definitely was.
yeah.
But it ain't gonna be. We're just gonna run it from one side
To
to
the
the other.
And cap the front.
It won't change any of the cooling ability,
No.
and then we'll tee it back at the LS where it's going in.
Mm-hmm.
And
Less hose,
right,
a little simpler.
right,
Yeah.
and hopefully get even water flow through both
Flu.
sides.
Even water flu.
Water flu. Hopefully get water flow evenly through both
prob-
sides.
Most likely.
We did find the water pump that we don't need.
Oh yeah,
If anybody needs
bro, that's right over
a
here.
460 water pump, we have. Because I thought we could use this, and
In your defense, you knew it was worth something.
oh yeah, I know exactly what it's worth. I think they're $540 just for the pump without the plate. But this was the water pump, and you see they had 2 water exits on it. So how do you get
Probably.
that?
Probably going up to the back side of it into one hose, maybe.
I don't know.
Because I mean, I got one of their hoses over here that they had.
Oh, but I found the pump, but we don't have a timing cover or the stuff to cam drive it off the LS
Yeah.
anyways. But to somebody that was building a big block Ford drag boat,
You really need that.
please give us a shout.
Yeah.
We'll make you a deal on a MagnaFlow pump that we don't need. That
Yeah.
I would like to use.
But
You know, and yeah, you'd think that, but that heat sink, it doesn't.
the water flow only goes through the top of it. It don't go nowhere else.
Right, there's no water flow through the rest of the case. It's literally just in the top.
It goes in, makes
It's
90s.
a T. I mean, from where I'm sitting, here, Owen will show you. You can see it in the top cover. We're coming in a minute. Owen, go show them because you can see it. I'm gonna zoom in here, guys, and you can actually see.
The casing that goes around the water, it's literally goes doot doot doot, and then goes that way and goes this way.
Right, and you can see it in there, and it doesn't go anywhere
Where else?
else.
Nowhere else.
Nowhere.
Because I had the plate off and everything, and you would have been able to see.
Right. So it doesn't go down the side or around the bottom. It's just a heat sink on top of the
Yep.
pump or on top of the gear drive. So, and then we think, here, get ready for a close up on one.
Yeah.
I'll zoom you back out. Oops,
There we go.
or back in.
Back
Hi,
in.
Kevin.
Kevin's here. Hey, hi, Kevin. Yep.
A little late, but you made it. Yeah, you did it. You did. Okay, I think I'm zoomed all the way out.
Okay.
So, at any rate, I don't think
What do you know?
it's cast iron, right?
It's heavy.
Yeah, it's cast iron,
It got really heavy after 2 blocks of walking.
right? That guy right there. He says, "Take the Jeep and drive homeward 2 blocks
he
away."
said, "Don't get caught,"
I said, "Don't
and
get."
tossed me the wrong keys. He tossed me the Fiero keys to the Jeep. Literally, he was like, "Go take the Jeep," and then tossed me the Fiero keys. I was like, okay." So I just grabbed the thing and just walked. Just wasn't even gonna tell him. And it gets real heavy after a while of walking.
Right.
So yeah, it's cast.
Walking through the ward with the V drive.
Yes.
Yeah, you might.
Grandma
see
looked
that
at
up
me
there.
really weird when I came up the hill.
No.
Yes.
In his defense, if he was stealing parts for anything, it would be a V drive. Oh man. So at any rate, yeah, I don't think it makes any difference though because of where the water
Going
comes in or out or anything. As long as there's water,
to cool it.
yeah, and it's gonna, that's the water's gonna make its first pass through the V drive,
Yeah.
then towards the engine.
So it's not even gonna get warm. It's gonna be still.
Yeah, it's 70-degree water.
Yeah.
And that thing's like a big heat sink. So I don't think we're going to have any issue. I know we're not going to have any issues because literally I was talking about hooking it up. Here, let's go to the kitchen. 'cause our
Yeah, food's
done.
probably getting cold now.
Yeah, we're getting yelled at. So. Oh, I even got the plate ready and everything.
You gotta do a close-up because your plate
Ooh.
presentation is beautiful.
I
My
got a plate.
presentation is beautiful, she says.
This one looks good too.
Oh,
You want
Looks
sour
good.
cream on it? And chives?
Beautiful.
yeah, that's worth coming back in the house
Potato.
for.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So
if we were only going to run drag race thing, I wouldn't even worry about hooking up the cooling lines.
no, because it don't get hot in a quarter mile.
Not hot enough to worry about. I
Well,
mean,
it's gonna get a little warm. I mean,
you think about this: they're just two straight cut gears. So the only friction point in the whole V drive is the roll. It's all roller bearing, all roller ball bearing in there, and then those gears. It's gonna take a little bit to create heat, and especially that thing weighs 20 pounds. So
Yeah.
that being said, if we were just drag racing the boat, I wouldn't even worry about hooking up the water. And we were talking about that today. If we ran a good synthetic lubricant in there,
right?
a good synthetic lubricant. Feel free to jump in here, Kevin. What, 300 degrees before they break down, maybe more. I mean, that V drive could run hot on synthetic. And not only that, when the lube's warm, you really have less resistance anyways.
Yeah.
But that being said, I mean, the water cooling, that I believe with the whole idea behind the cooling is like you're out and you're going down the lake 10 miles or 20 miles or whatever, you're riding.
Or you're using
you're
a
riding.
ski boat and you're
Right, right. You're using
people on end.
right.
Hours on end.
Then I think you'd really want the liquid cooling going through that thing.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't know. But then what's really weird, but now this is just maybe somebody just didn't know any better, or maybe they had issues. Hard saying because
I think they just didn't know any better, honestly.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. But at one point, they had a water temperature gauge hooked up to it.
Wow. That's good.
That good, huh?
I've just ate veggies this whole time.
That potato's awesome.
You see the size of my potato?
How soft and juicy.
Come over here. You're not in the shot.
Here, I'll swap. I'll give you a microphone and I can go.
I would order this marinade online just to have it.
She says this is really, really, really good.
And there's
So,
no more food. Yeah,
I'm gonna try some.
And he dies.
What, you're not ready to
No,
plant
it's-
the seed?
Dude, just it's like tenderized.
It's nice.
That is really, really flavorful. All right, come over here and describe what you. Come on, get over here.
Is there a stool?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a stool and everything. We got a spot.
Yeah, right here.
I even got pop in the bubble cup. Yeah, sit down on it. Hey, yours.
No, I kicked Abby out of the chair. No sitting in the rocking chair to eat dinner.
Eating food?
No.
What? You do need one.
Yeah, here. You need a microphone to talk.
Hold on.
Because as much as I can say, it's really good. I won't. Somebody's got a better vocabulary for what it tastes like.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
I don't. He says that all day long. But I can tell you that I would find out where to buy this online and order it online because I've never seen it in the stores up here anywhere. That's the first time I've seen it. I just don't pay attention. I don't know, whatever. I don't buy marinades a lot. but it has tenderized this chicken so that it's almost like
You wanna know what it reminds me of?
what?
Remember when you did the shark kebab, black dip shark down in Florida?
Yes.
That's what it reminds me of.
The texture? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah. The flavor, definitely not. But it's just like this.
That's what it reminds me of.
You know how you buy squishies at the store for little kids and they just kind of, it's just super tender. And the flavor is this.
She's not wrong.
I'm not though, isn't it? It's kind of like a,
Yeah.
Like the
really
rubber ball
soft.
ones that got like the big foam stuff.
and super juicy. Like it's not dry at all. And then
No.
it's got this flavor of like sweet soy sauce. I don't even know how to explain it because it's not really teriyaki, but it's like,
My description is that chicken.
yeah, she's gonna tell you all about it because she's got a bigger vocabulary. Whatever, it's good. It's really good. I would buy it and use it again in a lot of different.
Where's the
recipes.
empty package? or
I put it
bottle?
in the garbage already, but there's a full one in the pantry. I have an extra one.
The simple explanation, this is the best chicken I've had in my life, and it's probably gonna be the best chicken I ever had.
It's good. And the flavor, it's kind of like, it reminds you a little bit of Oriental, but it's not. I think because it's got that little bit of pineapple and sweetness in it instead of sugar. It's good.
Are you sure that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Brewed by the West Indies Spice Company. Oh, here, let me turn it on. There we go. Yep. Pirates Gold Original Marinade. That is what she used. Hi,
Hi,
Roberta.
Roberta.
How you doing?
Jeez, don't do that.
So that's what the chicken was marinated in. Let's see here. I'm trying to hold it steady, guys. Bear with me. Oh, I'm using two hands now. Pirates Gold. Fast active marinade. Ability blend of exotic spices that brings out the hidden treasure of flavor in beef, pork, poultry, wild game, seafood, vegetables. Also, I'm shaking it. So I'm trying to read it through the camera, guys. Has a long-lasting sauce.
Well, we just tried it on chicken and
substitute.
seafood.
All right.
Seafood.
Yeah, chicken and vegetables. And I'd say it's like eating magic.
There you go.
It's good.
Oh.
Oh, it's that. Hey,
I'm literally cutting my chicken with my spoon. Like,
Boom.
yeah, I have a spoon because I couldn't find any more forks.
Well-
They're probably hiding in the dishwasher.
in this day and age when almost nothing lives up to the hype,
Right.
pretty good.
That's good.
It was really good.
I'd eat it again.
Are you all done with your food already, Emmett?
No, he's not eating his veggies.
So
He didn't eat his veggies, so it's just.
No, you're supposed to take a little bite of your chicken and add a little bit of your onions and mushrooms.
Listen, for once in my life, I just sat here and ate the veggies.
They're good.
I ate the whole potato, all the chicken.
I don't know why either.
I'll eat most of my veggies.
the problem is that she's not telling you about is this came from the Amish store up there off the clearance cart. And we've experienced this before. $1.25. Last time it was the magical taco seasoning stuff. And we liked it so much that we're like, oh, that's great. And we went online. and
I
we-
got that bottle. It was bigger than that bottle, taller, not wider, for 75 cents, the taco stuff. And I got online to find it and buy it again. It was like $6.95 for this bottle. Oh my God.
I'll bet you it's the same thing with that.
It's good. It's
Oh,
worth it.
Oh, it's good.
That's right up our alley, though, for the type of show we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We use that on everything.
Who?
Hi, Daisy. Daisy was like,
Hi, Daisy.
Hi, Daisy.
Hi, Daisy.
We miss you.
How much I
Tell Daddy to come up here.
Abby says hi, Daisy. Walk over here and wave so she can see you.
Here comes Abby Daisy.
Yeah.
Abby's nice.
Sit down here.
Hi. Wow.
Those are small wings.
Well, one of them is just the wing instead of the arm and the wing. Because I
What'd you do if
I
I, like,
deboned one of them. You can have one of the wings.
Wait, which one do you go?
behind your one?
What?
Mm-hmm.
I feel bone from that.
I didn't. Mm-mm.
Not that one?
I took the arm part off of the wing and deboned it.
I guess I'll still.
And then I was like, oh, that's too small to be doing that. Mm.
Abby read it.
I love you too, Daisy.
Yeah, look at her and wave.
Yeah.
That's right, Daisy. This is the best TV show on television right here. It's the one that talks back to you.
Right.
It's not like Dora. Guys, can you see me?
I don't know. Sometimes it's kind of like, where's Waldo?
It is.
Mm. It's pretty good, Kate.
It's good. It was really a good idea to put the veggies in the pot. That was definitely needed.
Well, this would have been equally as good to just sit on rice.
Oh yeah.
But we've been having rice all the time. What am I missing?
Nothing.
Dora jokes.
Oh,
You know how she's like, she'll be like,
Your dad don't watch Dora.
well, you know how like Dora would be like, oh, she'll ask me a question and she'll be like, oh, you have a girlfriend?
it was good, guys. It was really, really good.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
It
Special
was
vegetables.
amazing. Especially my potato. I'm not done with
Yeah,
it.
the potatoes turned out good too.
I had a,
Almost
I had
That's only like 1% of it.
And I asked Owen today if he made sure that he put the V-drive gears in with a small
right
gear
way.
on top and a big gear on the bottom. Make sure that we had it geared right, that we were underdriving it, not overdriving it. And he did.
I feel like that the neighbor that stood up to the family dinner.
Anytime, our door's always open, Rook.
That's
But-
what we're shooting for. So thank you. Absolutely. She's still doing like Dora. She gives me that look. I know she's doing the Dora thing in her head right now. I know. Yeah.
Owen, what, you didn't like the potato?
I liked
I think he took too much food. I gave him too much.
I like the potato.
I mean, that's one of the few things around here. There's usually never no leftovers. I mean, if I have to, I'll take one for the team. Eat that potato.
I'm not potato.
Potato.
cow.
So for next week, well, for the rest of tonight, we're going back out, and we're going to pull that 5.3 out of that truck. Well, maybe not pull it out, but we're going to get everything unbolted. We're going to get all ready. So all we got, everything unplugged, everything uncoupled. The last thing we did before we came in the house was grab the welder so we could drain the transmission fluid. I'll say that again, just in case you thought you misheard something. We grabbed the welder so we could drain the transmission fluid.
It worked.
It worked. It did work. We could not get the drain plug out of the transmission pan. And I mean, and the last thing I said to him before, when he first got on there and he couldn't move it, I'm like, make sure you're on it square. Don't strip it.
Hey, and I was on it straight.
You were. I'm not saying. I didn't say it was your fault. It was. Well, he was using a 12 point. Probably should have been using a 6 point. But in his defense, even with a 6 point, I'm pretty sure it was still stripped. We rounded it off with the 12 point. We pounded the 6 point on there. We rounded it off with a 6 point. These were both 15 millimeter.
Then we used 14.
Then we got a 14 millimeter 12 point in the sledgehammer and drove that on there. And then removed more material from the bolt and the drain pan on the transmission. So at that point, I just looked at he's like, could we weld to it? I'm like, yeah, we could weld a nut to it. Get a big nut, because the nice thing is that drain plug is like about an inch across, but then the head's only 9/16 or whatever. So I mean, there's lots of room. So he got an 1/16 nut, and we went and held that up there, and he welded that nut to the drain plug. And then I'm sure the heat was the deciding factor, but it came out. Then it came out. And so we got the transmission fluid all drained out of there. So he's going to split the transfer case here in a minute, and it won't make a mess. And then we can drop down the transmission, make sure everything's unplugged, and then go through and get the ECMs out of it and get it. We're gonna get everything done tonight. Radiator out, cooling out, all that wonderful stuff. And then tomorrow we'll just snatch the motor out.
Table etiquette, Abby.
And then we have 5.3 out for the V drive.
Yeah.
Then the only bad thing is if you're watching, which I don't think you are you up north or are you in Illinois? Because I have a funny feeling he's in Illinois.
Well, I mean, like,
So that means,
7 days ago I had a message from him, but then I never get to the message.
yeah, I know. So
So it just went unread for
he's ordered.
Oh no.
But anyways, I don't know if we're gonna make the V drive. I don't know. I'm not writing off the. Well, because the other thing that we could do on one.
It's like gel coat with that.
No. Well, yeah, we could put gel foot on the deck tonight.
After we do that.
But we can always take it is Midwest jet boat in V drive.
You could be in a jet boat.
But you might not have V drive, but we could take the jet. We could trailer the jet behind the Fiero all the way down there. What? The V drive, I will give you that. I will concede
better
that the
get
V drive
working.
would be far cooler behind the Fiero than the jet boat.
Yeah. It would be.
It would be.
Red.
But the good news is that we're far enough out from hot boat that should be alive by hot boat.
Oh, yeah.
Stop banging. That's going through the microphone.
Sorry, guys. Anyways, with that, not only have we come and gone with an hour. Oh yeah,
Oh wow.
we're over.
Food was just that good.
Yeah. I look back at 10:50.
We've made it. So
Oh.
with that, guys, We love you all.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks
like
for.
seeing this.
Yep. We're more videos to come. We dumped a couple today. We're gonna dump a few more. We are definitely going to be content rich over the next couple days.
Yeah.
Oh, and no one says hit the like button, subscribe, and share.
Oh,
And when and on those nights when you just can't settle in and relax, go to sleep, just go to You're Gonna Need a Bigger Boat. Click on a playlist and put it on softly to soothe you into a nice lullaby.
Kathy just said.
That's what she said.
Good night, guys. We love y'all.
Good night, Irene.
Good night, Irene.